The day it's been revealed that employees of Disney will soon be able to follow in the footsteps of the Seven Dwarfs by sporting beards while they work, something which up until now has been banned. Joining me, Andrew McLean, today are three women who have been good enough to shave for the show today. They are Sally Lindsay, Jane McDonald and Janet Street Porter. Today. He's big, he's strong, and he's promised to take Janet on. She doesn't behave herself. It's the world's most famous wrestler, Hulk Hogan! And she's a woman who spends many hours wrestling herself with the nation's problems. That is, its agony aunt, Denise Robertson. Now, Hulk, you're used to tackling wrestlers, and Denise, you're used to tackling people's problems. Anything else you've discovered you've got in common?
Well, we're friends now, and I don't have any problems. She's taking care of everything.
How do you expect me to give a rational answer when I'm sitting next to you?
Hey, we're an item now, so you guys...
I like that. I like that. Well, if you've got a question for Hulk or Denise, go to our website, email us at loose.women@itv.com, post on our Facebook page, or tweet us using the hashtag #LooseWomen. Same addresses. If you want to join in any of our chats, just make sure you get in touch by 1:05 p.m. today, Wednesday, the 25th of January, and we'll read out the best later on. And the best of luck with that. Now, time to meet our final guest, whose name became well known back in the 80s as the poster boy for American wrestling. With his white blonde hair, bodybuilder physique and trademark bandana, not to mention his countless wins in the ring, he was and still is the most recognizable wrestler on the planet.
Massive names in our industry's history and legacy with both these guys, and neither of them will make... I doubt they'll make any mistake. They won't do anything risky or stupid in that regard, lose their cool.
Hogan hulks up in the face of Sting.
Hogan just blew this place up.
And the crotch chop fires up the insane icon. Shirt in the face of Flair, and here we go. Overhand rights, double cross chop, and then a chop.
Please welcome Hulk Hogan.
All right. Hey, guys. How you doing? Wow, thank you.
Hello.
Oh, my gosh.
Welcome.
My Twitter, Facebook has been blown up with crazy loose women. You guys have your act together.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting insanity, but you guys are beautiful, and you have your act together, and you're in total control.
Thank you.
It's really neat.
So welcome to this show.
Oh, my gosh. And why did you just show me beating up my friend Sting?
Sorry. Is that
that's
how
okay.
it is in wrestling? Are you all actually friends and you sort it all
A
out
lot of the
between
guys
you?
are. Yeah. You
How
know.
does it work? Because when I remember you in the 80s, and we used to watch it on a sort of Saturday afternoon. And at my age then, how old I've been, about, I don't know, 12 or something.
Okay.
It was all the boys and girls loved it, but it was the old ladies in the front row.
Yeah,
Went
they
mad
go for it, don't they? The
Well, yeah,
ladies.
it's kind of changed because, you know, we didn't want to insult the audience, and we let everybody know that it's predetermined, and we know who's going to win and lose, duh. And so all of a sudden, all the crazies in the front row, like the old ladies that were mean, you know, or the beer drinkers and the cigar smokers, they kind of disappeared, and the family showed up.
Yes.
And the kids were, and it was okay to cheer for the, you know, good
So
guys.
it became more like theatre.
Yeah, it was more of a, exactly.
Pantomime, I suppose. In a
Exactly.
way. Is there do you decide, right, I'm going to be a goodie and I'm going to be a baddie? This is what my role is going to be.
Well, sometimes it works that way. Sometimes the promoter or the people involved creatively will decide. But we kind of, you know, take a good look at the person, get to know them, and then, you know, you can tell where their edge is or where the logical extension of their personality would take them. So it's kind of easy.
Now, I want to ask you something. Does anyone ever deviate from the, you know, you say you know the outcome of the bouts before. What if someone doesn't play by the rules?
That has happened. That has happened. And, I mean, back in the day, we had a conversation this morning about that. Back in the day, in the 70s and 80s, if someone did that, they would be given a very hard time in the back by the other wrestlers. But nowadays, you know, it's... they just will fire you and do what's politically correct, you know, and there's no rough stuff going on. So
What's changed then in the 30 years, would you say, in wrestling?
In the business as a
Yeah,
whole?
yeah, as a
the business moves quicker because there's so many choices in entertainment with shows like yours and cable and satellite. People have so many different choices that the wrestling storylines have to move a lot quicker to hold the attention of the audience. So that's the biggest change I've seen is things move very fast. Like if I had a argument with Andre the Giant, well then 7 or 8 months from now we'd have the big fight. Right. Well, nowadays, if you have an argument with Andre the Giant at the top of the hour, by the end of the show, you have the fight. So things move a lot quicker.
Yeah. I've got 2 things for you. Firstly, you smell gorgeous.
Whoa. Hey, you know what was so cool? Denise was in the back, and she goes, "Oh, my gosh, Hulk, you're making my blood pressure go up."
Really?
Yeah.
She really fancied you.
Yeah, that was way cool.
And what's the other thing?
And the other thing is, how much wrestling do you do now? Are you still...
Not much.
Not much.
I'm 58 years old, and I had a couple really rough years. I had 8 back surgeries. And so that little thing you saw me do on TV, that was a few months back, and it wasn't a whole lot of wrestling. Like I said, Sting was my friend, so he took care of me. But in the old days, I'd wrestle 300 days a year. But nowadays, I'm more or less kind of in the back, you know, helping with the creative and the direction. So the company's called TNA, and we're doing great.
So, because you're bringing it over to the UK, it's Wembley,
we're Nottingham Thursday, Friday, Manchester, and then we've got the big show in Wembley,
So,
in London here
how
Saturday.
many times are you going to wrestle this year and on this tour?
On this tour, I'm going to get involved. Believe me, I've let everybody know it was a last-minute thing that I was coming over. I had another surgery a few weeks ago with a dental mistake that happened, and so all of a sudden I got clearance to fly, and so they put me on the card, and so I'm going to hit Nottingham first Thursday, and then in Manchester.
Not literally Nottingham.
No, I mean, yeah, so all the fans are really excited, and then in Manchester and Wembley, we're definitely going to give them a good dose of
Now, in
Hulkamania.
America, it's absolutely massive wrestling, isn't it? It's absolutely huge. Do you hope it will happen like that over here as well? Is that what you're over here to do, to Transformers or...?
It's huge here also.
It is, but I mean...
it is big. The fans are the best fans
I
in the
meant
world.
televisually, you know, because it's a new thing for television, isn't it, over here?
Well, you know, the TV ratings are really high, but we're focusing more on the live venues.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
bringing more events over because, I mean, you know, the TV is piped in, the numbers are huge. Impact Wrestling is the highest rated wrestling show in the UK. But the thing is, now you need to service the market. And we need to come over here more because the fans are so good. We need to come over here more often. So that's what we're gearing up to do
It's
now.
a family night out.
Yes,
that's
it
what
is.
You're saying, so.
And,
So I've got a 10-year-old son.
Oh, it'd be fine.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Okay. Oh,
Definitely.
Now, I read that you've even got an artificial hip, right?
Yeah, I've got... I have
Thanks
had
for bringing that up.
No, what I want to know is, you're 58, how can you put your body through this? Aren't you worried that another bit might snap off?
I know. I'm like the Terminator now. But I had a knee replacement like 15 years ago, and they said, "You're not allowed to wrestle anymore. You've got a knee replacement." So I went crazy, and I kept wrestling. And then in Japan, I landed wrong on the concrete and blew my hip out. So I got a hip replacement, and they said, "Oh, you can't wrestle anymore. You got a knee and hip replacement." And I kept going. And then after 8 back surgeries, they said, "Oh, you can never wrestle again." So I went, And I
Maybe
went
they're
and
right.
pulled a few. Yeah, maybe they are.
You've had such a massive career. Like you're a movie star. You've had television series. Is that how you keep yourself going? And you get bored with one thing and go on to another, or is it just part of the same thing?
Well, I kind of try to keep reinventing myself, and I've always been very lucky to find the next lightning bolt to jump on. You know, so. I was very fortunate to get involved with a lady named Dixie Carter. Actually, a lady is my boss, which is really cool.
Quite right.
And she loves the wrestling business, so this is her dream, her company, and I'm just here to help her. So I'm riding this lightning bolt, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So
Fantastic.
it's like I could hang out forever.
Well, do you know, we could have you here forever, but we've run out of time. But you may well see us ladies in the front row with our
That would be
handbags.
so. If you guys really want to come, we can definitely set you up.
That's fabulous. It's Hulk Hogan, everyone.
All right.
See you tomorrow at 12:30, but don't forget, we'll give you all the gossip about tonight's NTAs. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.